Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Ashley and I am furniture flipping on the side to try and work down my student loan debt. Coming up is a drop leaf end table. I think it turned out pretty well, but make sure to let me know in the comments afterwards. That's all. Thanks for watching. First things first, always clean it off. I used White Lightning by Dixie Belle. Then I used a citrus stripper to get off the very thick clear coat varnish that was on the top. It was very, very thick. And this was my first time using the citrus stripper. I actually did not use enough. Some spots where I gooped it on worked really well. Other spots where I made it a little too thin, dried out, and it was more difficult to get the finish off. I added plastic wrap to the top because it's supposed to keep it from drying out, so I tried. After the suggested wait time, I peeled back the plastic wrap to check and see if it was working. It wasn't really taking anything off, so I decided to let it sit longer, and then it started working the way it was supposed to, and I was able to scrape off the top. After using the citrus stripper, the instructions suggested using mineral spirits to clean off the top of the table. After that was done, I actually went back with my crud cutter again and cleaned off everything because I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the excess residue off the table before I started sanding. Again, this was my first time using this step in the process, so I'm not 100% sure that I did it right, but it ended up working out, so I went with it. Getting into the sanding process, I started with an 80 grit sandpaper and then I worked my way up to 120, 180 and finished with the 220 so that I could have a smooth surface for staining. I started with the 80 because there were still some areas, like I said, where I went too thin with the citrus stripper. It did not get a lot of it off, so I really had to go in with that coarse grit to get that finish off. I'm still very new to this, so I'm still learning about different kinds of furniture, different styles and types. I noticed that this leg was wiggly and I was worried about what I'd have to do to fix it. Turns out there was a bolt in the back that would just tighten and it fixed it. Next, I went in with a 180 grit sandpaper and just hand sanded the body of it to scuff it up so that my paint would adhere to it. Usually if this step is skipped, then the paint will peel right off. Getting into the stain, I used No Pain Gel Stain by Dixie Belle in the color Walnut. I've used this one pretty much every time so far because you get so much and you use so little each time. And it looks different on every single wood that I've used it on so far. I love it. It's always beautiful and it's very easy to use. It is very aptly named No Pain Gel Stain. Definitely no pain at all. You just wipe it on, wipe it off. Next, we got into primer. I learned my lesson from not priming wood pieces. I've had some staining bleed through my paint in the past with recent projects, so I have decided to just go ahead and prime everything. I used Kilz 2 all-purpose primer, and it's water-based, and I did 2 coats of that. The color I chose for this is actually a custom color. I mixed Kudzu by Dixie Belle with Hurricane Gray and Antebellum Blue. I mixed it all up and got this beautiful teal color. I sealed the top with Dixie Belle's Gator Hide. They're a water repellent satin clear coat. It always looks beautiful on wood. It sinks right in. I usually do 3 coats of that. And then for the body of the piece, I used a decorative wax by Behr Paint. And all you do is you really work it into the paint, and then you wipe back any excess. You don't want the wax to sit on top of the paint. You really want it to soak into the paint. I kept the original hardware and I just sprayed it with a hammered brown by Rust-Oleum Metallics, and that was it. I was really happy with how it turned out. I spent $5.50 on this piece from Goodwill, and I was able to sell it for $100. So it's a pretty good profit. If you liked this video, please feel free to subscribe and like my channel, share, comment, and then head over to Instagram and follow me at Chalk It Up to Ashley. Thanks so much for watching.